Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Well, I said this week was going to have a lot of content with regard to Trump indictments, and this week has not proven to be wrong. One thing I did not have on my bingo card was Roger Stone coming back in the news. The Beat with Army Melber broke this story with video a couple of days ago. And I'm reading a quote from the Beast here, which is a quote of the video. And it's Roger Stone dictating to a volunteer about a plan to overturn the election using fake electors. And it goes something like this. Although state officials in all 50 states must ultimately certify the results of the voting in their state, the final decision as to who the state legislatures authorize to be sent to the Electoral College is a decision made solely by the legislature. That's a bunch of crap. Well, it is, but the legislatures put in the folks that the voters voted for. As Stone said, on November 5th, 2020, a date which he would have otherwise been in prison for lying to Congress, obstructing a congressional investigation, tampering with a witness, had Trump not commuted his 40-month sentence that summer. Quote, any legislative body may decide on the basis of overwhelming evidence of fraud to send electors to the Electoral College who accurately reflect the president's legitimate victory in their state, which was illegally denied him through fraud. Really? Okay, so that's a really interesting one. Overwhelming evidence. First off, I don't think that's legal. Second off, you'd have to bring it through the court before they could do that. And third, where's the overwhelming evidence? I continue. Quote, we must prepare to lobby our Republican legislatures, here we go, by personal contact and by demonstrating the overwhelming will of the people in their state, in each state, that this may need to happen. Okay, that's basically, let's have an insurrection because we don't like the election results. And instead of having the legislature support the will of the people, let's coerce them to vote for party over country. That's what that is. And the Danish film person who filmed this said Roger Stone's pissed that this information got out. Yeah, I bet. I bet he's pissed. So, Spirit, let's find out. What's going on with Roger Stone? How's he feeling right now? And is this going to lead to some indictments? First off, how's this going with Roger Stone? Entertainment purposes only. Come on down. Okay, Roger Stone. How are you feeling that this information got out for general consumption? Queen of Pentacles. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, finding purposes and use for things. Pregnant with possibilities, kind of. I know it. In this case with Roger Stone, you know what this is? This is a hot potato being dropped right in his lap. And he can't deny it. He's on film. He's recorded. And it's date stamped. Time date stamped. That it was on November 5th. He's dictating this. And then these events came to pan out. So this is a real hot potato for him. And he has got no good offers. Nothing good is going to come from this. Four of Cups is about things that you don't want. Dissatisfaction. It could be about contemplation, but in this case, it's about dissatisfaction. This is yet another thing going on in his life that he didn't need right now, and it's a real hot potato, and he's got no good options to deal with it. Underneath it all is the Strength card. Again, and this card, this woman is looking like she's putting a pill down the throat of this lion to give the lion medicine that it needs to be strong, even though the lion doesn't like the taste of it. But in this case, he has to be strong, but this is a pill that, he did this. He dictated this information. And now this information is out, and it's a pill he has to swallow, whether he likes it or not, because he did it. And now it's a time for being a big boy and putting on your big boy pants and suffering the consequences for your actions, because you know the government's going to come after you at this point. In the past, Eight of Pentacles, hard work, working, doing the things. This is Roger Stone basically working to advance right-wing agendas and such, and not really considering too much about the consequences of the actions of what he's doing. You know, he's out in the background, he's doing it, he's being a professional provocateur, basically a jerk, a paid jerk. Current situation, Seven of Wands. Fighting off folks from a higher ground. He's been able to fight off previous charges, investigations against him. He actually got convicted and then he had his sentence commuted, so he didn't have to serve any time. And he's got now this thing he needs to fight as well. And there might be multiple, because of this information coming out. If he flipped, he's been exposed for having flipped and giving information out to the other ones. If he hasn't flipped, he's now going to be the subject of multiple investigations that he now has to fend off. Overarching energy, the Tower. This is going to be Roger Stone's undoing. He should have been in prison already, but he's not. But this is going to bring down Roger Stone. This is going to be a key part of the whole fake elector scheme, because it's basically saying we're going to put fake electors in there, and he's now tied to it. Again, if he flipped, it's going to be kind of the end of his political career because nobody will trust him. And if he didn't flip, it's going to be the end of him. Towers being sudden endings to things. Then the lesson to be learned about this is the Eight of Wands. Things happening quickly. It's not really about air or international travel. This is about that information coming quickly over the airwaves. How quickly your fortunes can turn. He's 1 minute sitting on top of the world fending off investigations and inquiries and attacks on him, and then all of a sudden this information comes out and pow, his whole world has been rocked. And it happened overnight. It happened so quickly. Expect a knock on your door early in the morning, Mr. Stone, just like you had before. The outcome? King of Cups. He gave a witness against him. It was, I believe, the guy who had the emotional support dog he threatened to kill. Pulled off a Godfather Pentangeli reference. Guess who's going to be squealing like a freaking little pig? It's going to be him. He's going to squeal to save his bacon, because if there's one thing about Roger Stone he cares about, it's Roger Stone. Now, he may not. If he doesn't, it's because he thinks Trump is going to be reelected. And he may reach out to Trump to say, hey, if you didn't give me... Remember, Roger Stone did not get a pardon. On the final day of Trump's presidency, Roger Stone was given the information that he was not going to be pardoned. And he had a fit. And yet he went to bat again for the GOP to try and keep Trump in office. Or I should say, he did that before. And this is probably why he wanted that pardon, because he knew he would have legal exposure for this. So that's why he was having a fit. So that King of Cups could be that he flips and starts singing to save his butt. Or it could mean that he's going to check with Trump and see if Trump will guarantee him a pardon if Trump is elected. And if Trump guarantees him a pardon, he'll probably play ball and deny everything like he always does. So that's kind of his energy right now. Nothing's been decided yet, but he will need to be in touch with Trump soon enough so he knows where things are going to be. Now, mind you, Trump burned him once by not giving him a pardon. I don't know how trusting a guy Roger Stone is. He doesn't strike me as a very trusting guy, and he doesn't strike me as a guy who likes to get burned by the same person twice. It's kind of, a part of the job is to make sure you're doing the burning of people and not getting burned yourself. Okay, so that's his current vibe, what he's currently thinking. Will he face indictments for this? Or has he already flipped? King of Pentacles. I usually use King of Pentacles for Donald Trump. It could be that he's also sitting on a wealth of information. Let's see what the cross is. Hanged Man. Okay, this is, will he be indicted? I think what we're getting now is his relationship with Donald Trump and waiting to see what's going to happen. Now, is that going to affect his indictment, or is that going to affect flipping? Let's go through the reading. See, I'll just see where the cards take me, and then I'll see if it answered my question or not. And we've got a huge burden here. So this is a really hard decision because, you know, Stone's going to have to trust Trump at his word, and Trump at his word can't be trusted worth anything. And, you know, in some ways, Trump is going to rely on how you know it. No. Trump will throw Roger Stone under the bus. What am I thinking? You know, oh, Roger Stone's idea, not mine. He convinced me that it was stolen, but he's the one who knew it wasn't. He'll throw Roger Stone under a bus in a second. So Roger Stone has to understand: is he waiting for Trump's pardon, or is he going to be the willing sacrifice of Donald Trump? Maybe that ends up deciding if he flips or not. In the past, we had the magician trying to create this illusion, try to manifest the fake electors in this election. There we go again with the current situation is the Four of Cups, offers you don't want. Now, if this was Trump talking with Stone, he's not getting the warm fuzzies from Donald Trump that he's going to get his pardon. If this card was the feds reaching out to him, getting him to talk, he's not liking the level of immunity or the level of protection he's getting from the feds. I think it's going to be the feds giving him offers, and he doesn't like them. But, you know, talk about being between a stone and a hard place. Good night, folks. Tip the waitresses. Try the veal. You know, you play ball with Trump, and you're going to get thrown under the bus. And you play ball with the feds, and you're definitely going to prison. You know, so far he doesn't have a good landing spot here. Overarching energy is the Queen of Swords. Like I said, it's between a stone and a hard place. He's got two choices. They're equally bad, and he knows it. And he's gonna bleed. Either way, he's gonna bleed. He's gonna be throwing himself on the sword. It's just who's going to throw him on the sword. Is Trump going to be the one who throws himself on the sword, or does he throw himself on the sword? The lesson to be learned, the Queen of Pentacles. Boy, you know, if you don't confess to your crime on video with an audio recording of you dictating a crime with time date stamps, then maybe you won't have to worry about this. But, you know, sometimes your ego is such that, you know, you just got to do it to put yourself into the history books of what a patriot you are. This is that hot potato again. So, you know, this hot potato landed right in his lap, and now he's got to make a choice. He's got to make a choice. Is he going to take the Fed's lousy offer, or is he going to let Trump throw him under the bus with maybe a smidge of a possibility he gets a pardon? What's he going to do? My guess is I think he's gonna go for it with Trump and just deny it. You know, I could look at this as, you know, him talking to the judge and the jury. To me, this is judge and jury. And, you know, he could take a deal and he's sitting there, or maybe like he's the star witness with the jury sitting behind him, and he gets off okay. But that's just not the vibe I'm getting from Roger Stone. I think if I were betting right now, he's going to be the smug witness, and he'll take his chances in court. And, you know, he's going to hope for a hung jury. You know, it's going to be that sort of thing. He hopes for a hung jury or a pardon, because that's the way that he gets through this without actually bearing the burden, bearing the price of going to prison for this. So, Roger Stone. Okay, so now let's take it one step further, because don't we all just love a good Roger Stone story? He said with no small amount of sarcasm. Ugh, dude. You know, there are a bunch of vile people that have been flying around Trump's orbit, and sometimes it's really hard to decide who the most vile person is, because, you know, Roger Stone's going to be way up there on the list, but then he competes against the likes of Steve Bannon and Stephen Miller and just Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, just some awful, awful people. Okay, so what's going to happen with Roger Stone? Let's see what happens. What will happen if he takes the plea deal versus not taking the plea deal? Let's go down. We'll do a spread. Signifier card in his trial. I'm going to assume he's going to get indicted here. The secrets are going to be revealed. Okay? Secret's going to be revealed. If he takes the Fed's deal, he's looking at time behind bars. Definitely looking for time behind bars. And it's that, you know, he's got to give him everything. And they keep asking him questions. He's tired of answering them, but they're going to get everything, and he's going to go to prison. Those think of those bars, those rods as being prison. There's going to be mayhem with this. It's just going to be a tumultuous time. He probably won't be the most cooperative witness, but the feds are going to hold his feet to the fire because he made a foolish choice, and now he's going to start a new journey being a rat for the feds, and it's going to put his personal life into turmoil. But but pretty much what choice does he have? You know, he's probably going to go to prison either way. Maybe he gets a little bit of a better sentence in this one, but his life is over as he knows it. He's not getting off on this one, and there's probably going to be a lot of people reaching out, threatening him and stuff like that. You know, just as he's threatened other people. I should turn the camera over here. Just as he's threatened other people, he's going to be threatened himself. Because that's kind of how karma works, right? All right, so now, what if he decides to go it alone? He's going to face justice. Facing justice alone. That's lovely. I don't think he wants to do that. He's going to hope for the Republicans coming to save him. Maybe the jury comes to save him and he has a happy ending out of it. But, you know, it's the Wheel of Fortune here. This is destiny. This is why, again, I think he's going to go this route. He's going to spin the big wheel and take his chances, hoping he gets the Ten of Cups moment. But at risk is him going away for a very, very long time as the secrets are revealed. You could think of this as maybe him getting 5 years. This is going to be him getting 8. So I think he's gonna go this route and spin the wheel and take a chance, but I think he's going away. What's underneath it all? Sword of Truth. The moon's right now. It's going to be about the lies and the deceptions, but the Sword of Truth is coming out there, and if he goes this path, and I think he will, he's going to face the Justice card with the Sword of Truth. That is not the combo that you want to be facing against, that you want to be up against. If you're not being truthful, if you're keeping secrets, lying, and that sort of thing. So I think Roger Stone is having his tower moment. He would, if this is one of those things. He had a 40-month prison sentence, right? His prison sentence would probably be done right about now. He would have served most of it and he would have gotten parole. And so he'd be out of prison now. Had he been in prison, he wouldn't have been doing these acts, which are now going to get him several years in prison. Not just 3.5 years. We're talking several years in prison. Because he couldn't keep his nose clean, because that's who he is. So one is getting a 40-month prison sentence, a blessing. One, it prevents you from getting a 72 to 86-month prison sentence. That's when it's a blessing. So Roger Stone, congratulations. You have done what you needed to do, and I wish you all the benefits and consequences of your actions, because frankly, that's what you deserve. Most benevolent outcome. You should have taken it when he commuted your sentence and kept your nose clean. But as the saying goes, that's his nature. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support of my channel that you give with your hearts and your thumbs ups and your comments and all that stuff. It feeds the YouTube algorithm, and I really appreciate that. Welcome to the new subscribers to the channel. I hope you've liked what you saw with this video and others, and I hope you stick around for more. Have a great night, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.